Hi, it's Alex from Groovy Entertainment. Today we're going to have a book to read for you. Today, book is Just You and Me for 1998. So let's get started. Once there was a little gosling goose, and her name was Little Goosey. One day, Little Goosey and Big Gander Goose, who looked after her, set out to walk down to the river. They hadn't gone far when the wind began to blow. Gander Goose looked up at the dark clouds racing across the sky and said, "A storm is coming. We better find a place to hide. A nice warm place, just for me and you," said Little Goosey. "Just us," said Gander Goose. "A place where we can rest until the storm is over." And they hurried into the woods, looking for a place to hide. "Will there be thunder when the storm comes?" asked Little Goosey. "Well, yes, there could be some thunder," said Gander Goose. Soon they found a hole in the ditch, but there was someone in there already. A small gray whisky mouse. She was hiding from the storm, too. "You can stay in here with me if you like," said the mouse. Little Goosey whispered to Gander Goose, "I don't want anybody else when the thunder comes, just me and you." Gander Goose thanked the small gray whisky mouse. "It's a bit too damp in here for us," he said. "You are very kind, but I think we'll look for some place else. Goodbye." When the other two had gone, the mouse saw some wet moss growing up the walls. "It is a bit damp in here," she thought to herself. "I'll look for a better place too." Little Goosey and Gander Goose went farther into the woods looking for a place to hide. They found a hole amongst the roots of a tree, but there was someone in there already. A squirrel with a high, proud tail. "Would you like to stay in here with me?" said the squirrel. Little Goosey whispered to Gander Goose, "But I don't want anybody else, just me and you." Gander Goose thanked the squirrel with the high, proud tail. "I can see daylight above your head," he said. "You're very kind, but I think we'll look for someplace else. Goodbye." When the other two had gone, the squirrel looked up and saw the sky through the trunk of a hollow tree. "The rain could easily run in through that hole," he thought to himself. "I'll try to find a better place too." Little Goosey and Gander Goose ventured farther into the woods. They found an interesting cave amongst the rocks, but a rabbit with furry ears had found it before them. "We could all stay here together if you like," said the rabbit. Little Goosey nestled into soft feather of Gander Goose and said quietly, "I don't want there to be anybody else when the thunder comes, just you and me." Gander Goose thanked the rabbit with furry ears. "There are too many stones in here for us," he said. "You're very kind, but I think we'll look for some place else. Goodbye." When the other two had gone, the rabbit couldn't find a space to lie down comfortably. "It is too stony in here," she thought to herself. "I'll look for a better place too." Little Goosey was beginning to feel tired after all that searching for a place to hide. But then they found a hole behind a bush at the bottom of a hill. "This looked like a good place to be out of the storm," said Gander Goose. "And there's no one here." "Just us," yawned Little Goosey. She made a tunnel under some blow-in leaves so that she wouldn't hear the thunder if it came, and lay down to sleep. The storm arrived. A great wind blew through the trees, and rain came down in the fields. And in the woods no one could be seen, for they all hiding from the storm. The dark cloud passed over, the wind died down, and soon the sky was clear again. Little Goosey blinked in the ray of sunlight shining into the hole. Then she heard someone behind her. "This was a good place to hide from the storm," said the small gray whisky mouse. "It was," agreed the squirrel with the high, proud tail. "A very good place to hide from the storm," said the rabbit with the furry ears. The mouse, the squirrel, the rabbit waved goodbye and then ran off into the woods. This was a good place to hide from the storm. Little Goosey left for all of us. Gander Goose looked out at the tree, still dripping after the rain. It was, and now, I think we'll walk down to the river, he said. "Just us?" asked Little Goosey. Gander Goose smiled and said, "Just you and me." So that was Just You and Me for from 1998. So please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.